BTS breaks the silence. A live stream that left fans more worried than reassured. Kim Taehyung, beloved globally as V of BTS, has returned to the spotlight in the most unexpected way. Not through a performance, a magazine editorial, or a fashion campaign. This time, it was far more personal. An unannounced Weverse live stream that stunned the ARMY community worldwide after weeks of complete silence following his standout appearance at Celine's Spring-Summer 2026 showcase during Paris Fashion Week. Taehyung re-emerged not with glamour, but with vulnerability. But instead of posting a curated Instagram photo or a carefully crafted caption, he chose something more intimate, a quiet live broadcast. And though it lasted only a few minutes, it left a powerful impact and sparked more questions than it answered. The unexpected live that set off alarms at first glance, the live stream seemed unremarkable. Taehyung appeared relaxed, dressed casually, and sitting in what looked like a dimly lit room. His voice was soft, his demeanor calm, but fans, especially those who have followed his every move for years, immediately picked up on subtle cues that hinted at something deeper. His voice, while gentle, had a certain fatigue to it. His eyes looked slightly swollen, as if he hadn't rested well. He spoke slowly, sometimes pausing for long stretches, as if struggling to find the right words or fighting to hold something back. And though he smiled now and then, something in that smile felt off. Tired. Hollow. He didn't mention Paris. He didn't talk about his health. He avoided all the ongoing rumors. For many, his silence was deafening. Paris Fashion Week, a celebration that turned cold just weeks before, Taehyung had taken Paris by storm. As Celine's global muse, his appearance at the fashion show was one of the most talked about events of the season. His visuals trended in dozens of countries. He was hailed by fashion media as the highlight of the show. Engagement rates on his photos surpassed those of almost every celebrity present, beaten only by names like Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. It was meant to be his grand return after finishing his military service in June 2025, a moment of celebration. But surprisingly, HYBE Entertainment, the very agency that manages BTS, stayed completely silent. No posts from BTS's official accounts. No behind-the-scenes content. No mentions on Weverse. Nothing. This was especially strange considering the company's active promotion of similar fashion events involving other BTS members like RM, J-Hope, or Suga. Fans began to wonder, why was Taehyung treated differently? Was it just poor planning, or was there something being intentionally hidden? HYBE's mysterious statement, Taehyung's health is not improving. Shortly after his Paris appearance, HYBE issued a brief and chilling update. Taehyung's health is not improving. No additional information. No timeline. No details on whether he was sick before, during, or after the fashion event. The ambiguity sent fans into panic mode. Why was he allowed to travel, do media appearances, and attend such a demanding event if he wasn't well? Was he forced to push through for professional obligations? Or was the statement meant to divert attention from something else, like internal conflicts or stress? Speculation exploded across platforms like X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, and Weverse. But no answers followed. Radio silence, and then a quiet return after that statement. Taehyung vanished from public view. He didn't update Instagram. He didn't post on Weverse. He didn't share photos of Yeontan, his beloved dog, a familiar comfort to fans that often signaled his emotional well-being. For weeks, nothing. That's what made his quiet live stream all the more impactful. To many ARMYs, it felt like he was fighting to stay connected, even if under constraints. But instead of easing fan concerns, the broadcast only made them more anxious. One fan posted, "He smiled, but it felt forced. He looked like he wanted to say something but couldn't." Another wrote, "I think this was his way of showing he's still here, but maybe not okay." Fans start connecting the dots following HYBE's cryptic health update. Fans began revisiting every video and image from Paris. What once looked like dazzling moments of confidence now seemed different. In some clips, Taehyung rubs his eyes repeatedly. In others, he leans on walls, walks a little slower than expected, or looks visibly drained behind his sunglasses. Some chalked it up to jet lag or the fast-paced nature of Fashion Week. But others weren't so sure. Then came an explosive rumor from a French media source. Taehyung was allegedly seen entering a private medical facility in Paris, not with HYBE staff, but with two unidentified assistants. The report claimed he looked pale and tired. Though no photos accompanied the article, the detail added fuel to the growing fire. HYBE's silence feels like betrayal since then. HYBE has refused to clarify anything. No additional updates. No press releases. No Weverse explanations. Even more confusing, the company has continued promoting other members' activities as if nothing had happened. The contrast hasn't gone unnoticed by fans, many of whom are feeling increasingly alienated. Has Taehyung been sidelined? Or is something more serious being hidden? Trending hashtags like #ProtectTaehyung, #LetHimRest, and #HYBSpeakUp have surged in recent days as fans demand accountability, clarity, and compassion. Some now believe the live stream was Taehyung's subtle way of showing he's not in control of the narrative, but still trying to reach out. Live stream, a signal, not a statement. What exactly was the purpose of that live stream? Some think it was a gentle reminder. I'm still here. Others worry it was a sign that he's being restricted from speaking openly. The long pauses, the lack of any real discussion, the absence of emotion, was it all carefully monitored? Still, many believe that, even without words, Taehyung was trying to say something. He just looked at us, one viewer tweeted. Like he was asking, "Can you see me? Can you hear me?" What is Celine thinking? While HYBE remains silent, Celine also hasn't spoken publicly about the aftermath of Taehyung's appearance. That said, fashion insiders claim the brand is paying close attention. Given the enormous traffic, visibility, and cultural capital Taehyung brought to the show, Celine has a vested interest in his well-being. They may be quietly supporting him, but unwilling to enter a public PR mess. What about BTS's reunion? With Jin's discharge from the military and his recent celebratory content, fans had high hopes for an upcoming group gathering. Possibly even a full BTS livestream or comeback teaser. But now all eyes are on Taehyung. Will he be present? Is he well enough to participate? One heartbreaking fan post captured the collective mood. We waited so long for OT7. Now we're scared it may not happen. Final reflection. The smile that meant everything and nothing in a world where celebrities carefully craft every public moment. Taehyung's understated live stream may have been his most revealing act in months. It didn't offer clarity. It didn't resolve any rumors. But it did show something raw, something honest. It showed that he's trying. Whether it was an act of quiet resistance or simply a check-in with fans, the emotional resonance of that short video continues to echo, because in the end, this isn't just about a fashion appearance. It's about how idols are treated. It's about transparency. It's about Kim Taehyung, the artist, the person, and the world is watching.